Mr. Yip Hong Win.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Singapore is an open economy that relies on the free movement of people and goods. Following the challenges posed by the global pandemic, it is heartening to note that all our checkpoints are once again bustling with activity. The numbers crossing our checkpoints speak volumes about our nation's economic resilience and quick recovery. The proposed legislation demonstrates our commitment to utilizing technology and digitalization to enhance ICA's operations. The amendments seek to improve efficiency and productivity within our immigration processes whilst upholding stringent controls to ensure that the right individuals enter Singapore. I would like to seek clarifications in two broad areas. First, on digitalization, and next, on the self-declaration by passengers. First, Mr. Speaker, sir, I have clarifications on data security and operational issues. The adoption of the New Clearance Concept, or NCC, prompts us to consider its impact on the future of passports and its associated data security measures. Can the Ministry share how many countries have also employed such technologies regularly to allow for seamless travel? Could the implementation of such technologies eventually render physical passports irrelevant? It would be insightful to understand if the ICA envisions a time when passports might be phased out in favour of e-passports. How does the ICA plan to collaborate with other government agencies like GovTech, CSA, and the Smart Nation Digital Government Group to raise the resilience of our digital solutions against potential scammers and frauds? As Singapore's passport is highly sought after, any vulnerability and breaches in the system can result in the theft of critical passenger data. How does ICA intend to address the needs of individuals who might not be digitally adept and ensure that no one is left behind in this transformative journey when residents use the NCC? Second, the retention period of passenger data and the mechanisms to safeguard it are of paramount importance. Could ICA shed light on how long personal data will be stored? Also, will there be a designated time frame for the destruction of this information? What rigorous measures are in place to prevent hacking or misuse? Could we receive assurance on how personal data, particularly biometrics, will be fortified against potential breaches? Third, the introduction of no boarding directives, or NBDs, for transport operators of land-based conveyances has raised some operational questions. There have been concerns about the practical feasibility of implementing NBDs for buses, especially considering the dynamic nature of bus schedules and connectivity with different bus services and transport modes. Could the Minister clarify the exemption status of operators like SBS? Could the Minister also provide insights into the rationale behind this exemption? What about taxis and coaches which operate across our borders? Furthermore, understanding the potential challenges faced by transport operators in complying with this new clause is critical. Are there plans for a transition period to facilitate a smooth implementation? When can we expect the composition framework to be introduced to support transport operators? Moreover, how can we address the concerns of passengers who are worried that some of these bus companies lack the necessary infrastructure to secure their personal data? Fourth, the shift towards accepting digital versions of permits and passes to verify immigration status and declaration of goods raises a question about initial potential congestion, particularly at our land checkpoints. What are the projected short and long-term impacts of allowing digital permits and passes on the flow of travellers at these checkpoints? How will ICA address situations where individuals may not possess a functional electronic device to present e-permits? Will physical permits still be issued or remain valid as an alternative option? Next, Mr. Speaker, sir, let's proceed to issues concerning self-declaration. With regards to the offence of making false statements, how does ICA plan to effectively monitor and validate the accuracy of these declarations? Could the ICA provide insights into the frequency of validation or fact-checking procedures? Are there plans to implement audit checks to ensure the compliance and accuracy of these self-declarations? As we all know, Strong enforcement serves as one of the most effective deterrents against such transgressions. How does ICA plan to strengthen enforcement measures to discourage false statements and uphold the sanctity of self-declarations? There's a concern that new diseases are not accurately declared. As we consider the potential health risks posed by contagious diseases, a pertinent scenario arises. If a passenger fails to declare symptoms of a new disease or is ignorant of its symptoms, how would the ICA issue a no-boarding directive or prevent such a passenger from disembarking in Singapore? How does ICA intend to collaborate with MOH to address this concern? In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, this bill serves as a vital tool in our effort to strike a delicate balance between welcoming deserving visitors and safeguarding our national interests. With limited resources and space, we must be vigilant in managing the entry of individuals into our country. Singapore's allure as a destination for visitors and foreigners is well recognized. However, our attractiveness also renders us susceptible to criminal elements due to the significant influx of people. Whilst preventing acts of terrorism is a primary concern, there's an additional facet to consider. The recent high-profile $1 billion money laundering investigation underscores this point. Some individuals may exploit the guise of business and investment to engage in unlawful activities once they enter and reside in Singapore. We need to do our best to deny entry to individuals who have malicious intentions to commit crimes within our borders. To achieve this, the implementation of a more rigorous system is essential, safeguarding the safety and security of our nation and residents. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me conclude in Mandarin. 我建议利用技术，进一步分开不同类型的控制方法，这代表我们向前踏出重要的一步，就是能够优化生产力，尤其是在劳工市场紧张的情况下，而且我们的劳动力很宝贵也很有限。我们必须能够评估我们想要实现的成果，那就是当局是不是可以详细说明有什么改善的办法，譬如打算在乌兰和大使关卡减少排队的情况，还有我们可以算一算效率会减低或者提高多少%。议长先生，移民修正法案强调了我们对进步、安全和效率的承诺。他们为新加坡保持开放和创新铺平了道路。我们也做好充分的准备来应付未来的挑战和机遇。谢谢，我支持这个法案。